The scenes of All My Children, also Jacqueline Bisset, Gloria Steinem, and Jacqueline Smith on Good Morning America. Wednesday night, 7 Central Colt sees double when a heist artist switches identities with an innocent lookalike on the Fall Guy. Then Steven confesses to Blake about Luke on Dynasty, and Peter faces an accusation of rape on Hotel. Watch the Weekend Report tonight on most of these ABC stations.
Don't drink and drive. A public service message from ABC.
Monday on ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Social programs or subway vigilantes. Richard Threlkeld looks for the answer to crime in America.
Sure, we can kill the kid. And then what are you going to do about the next kid?
Monday, watch ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
And just ahead on the Eyewitness News update, 80 pounds of explosives bring down tons of steel on a big chunk of St. Paul's history. A candlelight message of support tonight for Salvadorian refugee Rene Hurtado. Minneapolis Mayor Don Frazier makes a birthday wish for a third term in office. And Jason Davis introduces us to a man who's seen almost 100 birthdays go by. We'll have these stories and more next on the Eyewitness News update.
Ethiopia. From the scorched desert, victims of famine call out for help. Channel 5's medical specialist, Dr. Michael Breen, has traveled halfway around the world with a team of Minnesota doctors to bring you the story of their life-saving mission.
No matter where the Minnesota medical team ends up, they know they'll be needed. And they know they're going to be playing center stage in a drama the whole world is watching.
See a special half-hour report Wednesday, immediately following the Eyewitness News update on Channel 5.
Sundays, Peter Lorre searches the world over looking for danger as Mr. Moto.
Paid you to steal it, Mr. Pereira.
I cannot say. They will kill me.
And I kill you right now if you don't tell me.
Oh, I explained everything, St. Hall. I did obtain such scroll as you described. I was well paid.
By whom, Mr. Pereira?
By...
Answer quickly.
By a man known as...
Mr. Moto in Danger Island, Sunday night at 10:30 on Channel 5.
This is Eyewitness News.
Well, for more than 90 years, the Smith Avenue High Bridge spanned the Mississippi River. But even 30 years ago, the old steel and concrete bridge started having problems, and it needed some repairs. In 1977, it was shut down for 5 weeks because of structural weaknesses, and city planners knew that by the end of the next decade, they would have to find a permanent solution. So today, 1985, the bridge came down in a splashy farewell. Good evening, and thanks a lot for joining us. It was a splashy ending indeed. After 96 years of service, the St. Paul Smith Avenue High Bridge went down today. It was an event that thousands of people wanted to see in person, but they didn't. Pat Milan has a story.
Thousands lined the banks of the Mississippi, nearby bridges, the parks and islands for what promised to be a spectacular view. The big blast at high noon wasn't ready in time, though, and the traffic jams as well as the crowd would be kept waiting for 4 hours. For some, the wait was too long, and what was a crowd several thousand strong east of the High Bridge dwindled to less than several hundred. But on the islands, the blast lovers held on, keeping warm by the fire, singing Norwegian songs, and just hiding out, waiting for the event. But some customers got a little ornery as the hours passed by with no explosion. Just as everyone was wondering if the explosion would be delayed until another day, the sirens sounding a 5-minute warning came alive, and it was clear that the wait was over. Here's how our 5 Eyewitness News photographers caught the bridge as it came tumbling down.
The biggest concern was we figured that after sitting here this long, we'd be turning around or talking and having a good time when I go, but no way you're going to miss something like that. It was great.
I loved it. It was great. I loved it. It was worth the 5 hours we've been here waiting for it, too.
It was a spectacular blast, almost too spectacular for the crowd on Harriet Island, where this 5-inch piece of shrapnel came flying into the mass of people, but amazingly missed everyone.
It was really weird. It just came like a rocket straight in.
96 years of history must now be plucked out of the Mississippi. This space in the sky will be empty for about 5 months. By fall of 1987, a new $20 million bridge should be in place. Pat Mylan, Channel 5, Eyewitness News.
And down the river tonight, the Harriet Island area was the scene of a different kind of gathering. Supporters of Salvadorian refugee Rene Hurtado conducted candlelight religious services on the island. It is strategically located so Hurtado could see the service from his jail cell at the Ramsey County Detention Center. Hurtado, who had been harbored by St. Luke's Presbyterian Church in Minnetonka, was arrested last month by federal authorities as an illegal refugee. A sanctuary committee of the church believes his case will be re-examined soon, and in the interim, they wanted to provide Hurtado with religious services which are not provided at the detention center. Minneapolis police tonight are investigating a car-train accident near Park and 4th Streets. Witnesses at the scene say a train was coming into the loading dock at the Star and Tribune building when a delivery truck ran right into it. The conductor on the last train was injured, and the extent of his injuries are not known at this time. Well, the mayor of Minneapolis has decided to throw his hat into the ring for another term as the head of the state's largest city. Don Frazier made his announcement today during his 61st birthday celebration. Frazier told his friends, neighbors, and supporters that he will seek a third term, but he expects some opposition. He says many challengers are to come, and they must be met head-on.
We can't just roll over and play dead. We're going to have to plan. We're going to have to plan very carefully for the future of the city. We're going to have to plan on ways to improve our housing, plan on ways to help our young people, to build our systems of transportation, to plan for steady growth downtown. And for me, the watchword between now and 1990, the watchwords are self-reliance, accountability, fairness, and excellence.
Mayor Frazier has a dozen basic proposals he intends to push if we're reelected. Among them, increase employment, reduce welfare dependency, and attack crime. Senator Dave Durenberger turned his attention to medical issues today. Durenberger dedicated a new $14 million addition to the critical care unit of the Minneapolis Children's Medical Center. And he announced a new bill to provide prenatal services to women receiving Medicaid funds. Durenberger said he will propose the legislation tomorrow. He says the bill would be the first to allow states to target specific preventative services to pregnant women. Well, governors from all 50 states tonight are attending a black-tie dinner with the President and Nancy Reagan. Today, the governors held their first working gathering at the conference in Washington, where the main topic so far has been the federal budget. The governors are opposed to some of Reagan's budget cuts. Reagan says the states have more money than the federal government does and can absorb the cuts. But Republican and Democratic governors alike say that is just plain wrong.
You and I know that those figures are bogus. You and I would rightfully resist any such theory being imposed upon us.
I'm very disappointed that the administration would spend a minute arguing with the states about whether they have a surplus. The president knows better than that.
Well, today the governor's executive committee gave preliminary approval to a resolution calling for a federal budget freeze. And coming up, a strained television appearance today by Soviet leader Konstantin Chernenko. And local musicians raised their voices to raise money for famine victims in Africa. Stay tuned.
Presenting Showtime Cable TV.
We make excitement, Showtime excitement. You're gonna see TV with some real excitement. We make excitement, Showtime excitement. Applause, it shall not be gone. We make excitement.
If you've got 2 minutes, you can make micro magic. French fries that are made to be microwaved. So they come out golden brown with real deep fried taste that's downright delicious. For a quick fix and snack or a meal in minutes, reach for Micro Magic. Anytime, Micro Magic fries. They're made to be microwaved.
Now, Estee Lauder helps skin care become skin repair with her Night Repair. Laboratory tests show that this excludes